Emily Dickinson. So much to say. She had a great life, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Literary Gladiators. Another individual video by your one and only Charlie. If you haven't yet, like, subscribe, give us a share, give us a shout out. Say, hey, you guys are great, or hey, get rid of the guy in the blue shirt. I wanted to speak about a poem from Emily Dickinson, 1227. My triumph lasted till the drums. I loved it. I love almost all of her works. With Emily Dickinson, we know mostly. I think she was mostly Gothic, and we all know she was locked away in her bedroom. But I think that was an inner battle, and that's what this is about, really. This poem, but it's about the war. I think the Civil War going on. When I read this poem, obviously it did not make any sense, but I read it again and read it again. That's what we do. We reread. We read, we reread. And then after we reread, we take a break, we have a drink maybe, and then we read more and more, and we dissect it. What does this mean? What does that mean? That's what we do. And when I dissected this poem, I took the cut. When I saw the words, my triumph lasted till the drums, I say to myself, drums, and I did, my first individual video was also about my thesis, my senior thesis in college, from Kane. Josh and I were alumni. We graduated the same year. I'm not going to mention what year though, but, and I spoke about Walt Whitman's drum taps, and how that relates to drums to today. The history and role of drums, or just the history and role of drums. That was the actual title of my thesis. While most a lot of us did we reread each other's theses, and the title on most of them was half the page. It's like the professor, he looked at it. He wanted to actually read our titles, and the first part of the intro, and he's like, Charlie, where's your title? He said, I can't find the end. I said, it's right here. And he looked, he's like, wow. I said, short and sweet and to the point. And there was there was a little pun on roll. So, but still, I used Walt Whitman's drum taps. And why am I bringing up Walt Whitman? Well, same area, time period rather. And he was also, it kind of relates to this poem with drum taps. The writer of this poem, not the author, the writer is, with the first stanza, it's two stanzas, and this is poem 1227. We'll put it up on there for you. It basically, when I read it, it's, the first stanza is, let's go, let's get these you-know-whats, and let's kill. And then the second stanza is, oh my God! Oh! Okay, slight dramatics there. Bayonet, dead, glory, hate. These are all words you can hear in war. Drums too. Victory alone, right there. They were finished wear the finished faces, and you can see here, this is about war. It can probably be about an inner battle with herself, maybe. But we don't know. She never wanted to leave her room. And I hear, I remember she would write a lot. And she did, obviously. She wrote a lot. But she would hide them away. And I think she got rid of some of them. I think she threw them in the fireplace or whatnot. But when she did pass on, they, pulled the room apart, I guess, and they said, and they, at her desk, they were all flying out of her desk, literally, just falling out, and then they opened up, I guess, like a little chest, and there was some in there. I guess she was kind of like a hoarder, shall we say? And I don't mean that in a negative way. So, I didn't mean to come across that, as rude or condescending, but I guess that was what she really, really loved. Obviously, because she wrote, and she kept them. I don't think she had any published. I could be wrong. I probably am. And when I'm wrong, I'll admit I'm wrong. Or I'll, still. That's the right thing to do in life. But still. The tyrannies of men, a bayonet's contrition is nothing to the dead. Contrition is usually related to sorrow or remorse, or you can also, the feeling of guilt. I have to do something to make this right. That's with contrition. What am I going to do to make this right? How can I fix this? How can I fix this marriage that I screwed up because I'm an alcoholic? I'm just kidding, still. But that's usually contrition. And usually the bayonet, the muskets, okay, those things took a half hour to load. And you can only shoot once. So they had a way they did this. The first guys, they get, boom, they go to the back, reload. Come on, do it, And and then there were times they would yell, "Fix bayonets!" And they would put the bayonets on, and that's when they would all charge, because they were out. Because the pouch only held so many bullets. And they were not really bullets, they were actual lead balls. And I've actually seen how they made them at a show when I was younger, and it was really fascinating and very painful. When they say don't touch, don't touch. Thankfully, they didn't kick me out, but we had a good time. And I was only 12, so what can I say? My triumph lasted till the drums. Very first sentence. I connect this also with Walt Whitman's drum taps because I centered drums, and not just because drums, as we know them, for entertainment, for rock and roll, for what I do, for what I do, really, September 11th was a while ago, the anniversary, and I got the call, Charlie, get the kilt on, we have a few things we need to do to pay respects. So, and drums were originally used as communication purposes, especially during war. There was all these different, different cadences, beats, and even rolls. Like a drum roll, it'd be a certain length. Like I'm not going to go into detail about drums alone here, and those were each a different command. And, sometimes it would be just a single tap, and for us, for pipe band setting, when I play lead tip, I just promoted to corporal in April, but I thought I'd bring that up in here, but still, there's times I play lead tip, meaning I'm always playing, I'm on the snare line, so at the end it'll be band pipes down, that's a command, and that can also, going back to war, that could be company dismissed, or company at rest, pop. Okay, and then, band, this, pop, a second, and then band dismissed, pop, a third, and then we make our exit. And it's always a good show, by the way. But, that's how we would communicate, and we would know, okay, the pipers really would take the pipes, and we're really good at this. Down, in, and out. And it's an honor to play lead tip, by the way. But still, you gotta know what the heck you're doing. I digress. What else is new? Poem gets a 5-star rating for me. I also wanted to say maybe more of an inner battle with herself, because women stayed at home. They did a lot of the cooking, the nursing, stuff like that. Maybe she wanted to go out and help, but maybe she just couldn't do it. She couldn't go out with her inner battle. I don't know. That's always open to interpretation. So, other than that, 5-star rating, and, let us know what you think. And until then, keep playing the drums. Keep reading. Not drumming,